Valrak, what are you doing? It's happening in 9 minutes.
Premature raid alert.
Thank you so much for the raid, Valrak. How is everyone? It looks like we're going live a little bit early. Hello.
Why not, dude? Why not?
I haven't even shared anything yet. I haven't told anyone we've gone online. I've just gone, hello, we are live. Electric River, thank you very much for... I'm going to have to get Streamlabs open because there's been so many follows. I don't really understand what to do with it all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Hello. I am training my nipples to be just as powerful as Stephen Box.
You will never be as powerful in a nipple region as Mr. Box.
I am trying. I'm going to catch up with all these follows. I just want to say a massive thank you to Chat to Master Valrak for raiding me whilst we were waiting to go live. Okay, which one's today? Okay. Xiffer, welcome. Daka Flacker Flame, Magos Constantine, Alistair John, Electric River, Jimmy Draynorth, K Vanility 99, Drink the Wolf in Chaos, welcome, thank you very much, and Abia Zeal, thank you very much. Chat to Master Valrak did steal my memes and made a video that got 10,000 views within like 2 days, so I think that is some revenue coming my way, maybe. Sounds like some ad rev coming to Hellstorm Wargaming's PayPal account.
27 pence. That was your contribution.
I mean, it's at least £1.50 in Valrak, to be fair. Depends how many ads he put in there. I can't even remember. Did he get it over the 10-minute mark? Oh, he's just subscribed as well. There you go. There's that ad revenue coming back to me.
There you go. You got it.
Thank you so much, Chat to Master Valrak. Thank you, man.
50 Warhams.
That's it. I'll take that.
What can you even do with Warhams?
We use it for giveaways.
Yay.
I'm not even ready. I've not even got a Hellstorm t-shirt on. I've literally got a Star Wars Live at Mos Eisley t-shirt on. Nice. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. I'm trying to stall until we get to half past before we do the official pre-show. So this is the pre-show.
Pre-show.
Imperial Bunker says, oh, the irony.
Yeah. Imperial Bunker and I did a battle report where we used the Iron joke many times.
Oh, mate, it happened in Newcastle, like on Saturday.
I'll bet it did.
I was like...
I'll bet it did.
I was like, can I buy the iron, please? And they're like, the iron. And I was like, no, the iron. Why is everyone doing this to me? Stop.
Maybe it's you. Maybe you are genuinely pronouncing it right.
Am I wrong? Listen, I need. How do I do a poll with my bot? Right, I'm going to learn how to do a poll. Is it iron or iron?
Don't ask me how to do a poll. This is why I have mods.
Polls. New poll. Is it iron or iron?
Brilliant.
Option 1.
Brilliant.
Iron. Option 2. Iron.
Please don't put any difference in the formatting of them either.
Iron.
Gungazam! Thank you for the follow.
Open poll. Boom. I've learned how to do a poll. Is it iron or iron? I don't understand why. Iron. Vote, exclamation point, vote, and then option 1 or option 2. I won within, I won without.
Brilliant. The hotel was without an iron for a while, you know. I only have one for 700 rooms. Who thought you might need more than that?
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Also, remember, no manipulate iron.
Iron hands or iron warriors. It's iron within, iron without. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the new way to say it.
Nice.
Because I have an iron in my heart, but every time I want an iron, I have to iron without. Because I'm iron without. Get it? Because I'm without an iron.
Yeah.
Is the vote working? Is that how
we got that? Yeah.
I'm trying to work out if that's working because I haven't had an update on here yet. 60 seconds? That's not a very long time. Did anyone even vote in that time?
Well, that's it. The poll is over. The winner is Iron.
It is Iron, okay. 26 years I've been, well, maybe 24. I don't know when I learned to talk, but I've been saying it wrong for a very long time.
Yeah, who knew, right?
It's not working.
Apparently everyone else.
Yeah, let's just refresh my bot. Because my chat's broke, it refused to connect. Jesus Christ. I really need to update that. I haven't updated my bot in about 2 years. It got one whole vote. One.
Woo.
That means one person who voted correctly. I can now sleep knowing the right answer. So welcome everyone. I didn't even do the sick transition. Shall we do the sick transition?
Why not?
We're going to go back into it. We haven't actually started yet, but there you go. 1 second. Wow, epic! Did everyone enjoy
Beautiful.
that? I've been told that my audio is like so. All I'm going to say is this weekend I spent 15 hours talking about 40k, and then
yeah, it's not the audio that's low; it's your vocal cords.
It's my vocal cord. So all my setting, I've had to like set everything up. Like I have what tank dubs. Tank, just by the way, Tank from Hellstorm just dubs everything in the coolest way. He called it my command station. Is where my PC is, because it's got 2 monitors. So my command station was in bits, and I've had to get home from work at like 5:30, and then here we are. Here we are, all set back up. So I think I've done all right, to be honest. So if my audio is low, then please tell me. All I can see is peaking. I don't like it. So welcome everyone. Thank you.
I think your audio's fine, dude.
Okay. Is the audio fine?
You might have to put some extra impetus into your words. That's all.
Like Iron. We are the Iron Warriors. Oh man! Can you imagine? If that was it? Like Games Workshop released like a anime or a
oh god, yeah,
an anime or a TV show, and it was just like, we are the Iron Warriors, and everyone just
if they styled it in the sort of style of the old school Inspector Gadget cartoons, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're actually talking about Iron Hands, not Iron Warriors. Sorry,
we're going to be definitely talking about Hands.
We are the Iron Hands. They've got a quite different voice, you see. They've not been.
God, can you imagine?
They've not been in the wars for a long time. Talking Maiders, thank you much for follow. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, it's Iron Hands today. So every time I pronounce it wrong, well, you pronounce it wrong, Jay, we should do a forfeit. We just got Iron Cage 2, Iron Breaker Boogaloo.
What forfeit?
Well, I mean, we can't do shaving your head because you did that yourself.
Well, yeah, we could do yours.
No, I don't have any clippers.
I do, and I have your address.
If you want to post them, then that's fine.
As long as you get them back to me within 2 weeks to get rid of this again, that'll be fine.
Is this an Iron Hand stream? It is an Iron Hand stream. So we got bouncy nipples and Iron Hands. What else is going to come out of this podcast? It's going to be terrible. We've got like less than a minute until the podcast officially starts. And that's only the pre-show.
I think we're becoming famous for the funny things, though. So,
yeah, true. Yeah. Very true. Very true. 18 plus stream, yeah, exactly. What about Iron Nipples?
I think Iron Nipples is definitely Marcus Slanash.
Maybe, that's right. I can do other things with this bot. I can do like.
I like how Vikings just now noticed that I cut my hair, but he's been watching my stream for about the last week where I've had it cut in his life.
So I gave him you can't hear it, Jay, but the crowd is applauding for him finally noticing. But, yeah, I've got a little soundboard that I'd never use. I've got John Cena.
And his name is
That was it. It was just his name is No Hawk Miniatures. That's it. Don't get copyright
Hulk
strikes.
Hogan poses.
As I said to him that he's now No Hawk Miniatures, and he looks like he's got an airstrip, so he's taking airfix commissions whenever everyone is ready. You want to get a new Spitfire done, new Lancashire bomber, then see No Hawk Miniatures.
So bizarrely, I actually have a commission to paint some planes as Spitfires.
Obviously,
but they're the aeronautica ones.
Fantastic. So, how is everyone? Valrak, if you are still here, what were you actually doing? Like, just stealing more content from someone, or were you making something original? Oh, savage. I am very curious whether he got that video to 10 minutes. I'm going to have to check. Because if he did, he's a YouTube legend. Steals a video and makes it 10 minutes. Because the reason you make it 10 minutes is because you can then put adverts in the middle of the stream, in the middle of the video.
Wow.
So if it's less than 10 minutes, it's just begin and end. But if it's more than 10 minutes, then you can play some wherever you like. 7 minutes 44. Oh, at Valrak, you're an amateur. You're an absolute amateur.
I feel he took a hit for the team there. You know, he was the hero that you needed, not that you deserved. Probably the hero you wanted.
Yeah, that means you have made hardly any revenue. You were just scrolling my Twitter feed. Yeah, good idea. My Twitter feed was
that way he didn't have to pay you much in royalties.
Ever since I stopped posting memes, it's just been slightly bitchy anyway. So
brilliant.
I'm not one man syndicate. 10-minute 01. That's the perfect time.
Yeah, 14 things you didn't know about Hellstorm Gaming.
A1.
It's not bullseye.
Why not? It could be.
Here's what you could have won.
Okay. I think we're nearly ready to start the stream anyway. There's quite a lot of people coming in. He's in for the Tau. Someone asked me to change their team on BCP to Tuck Foul.
Brilliant.
Which I thought was brilliant. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope everyone is well. If the sound's great, then we can probably start the podcast because it's going to be a very short 1 hour before I go and sleep because I'm very, very tired. I've had a full day at work today after having two technically full days at work. Sound great with you.
One over weekend.
With me here, exactly. Do you know what I think I should do? I think shall we just watch Valorant videos for an hour and then put adverts on it? What shall we watch? What shall I watch?
You'd have to watch them muted.
Yeah, if I didn't have a Primark included in the video, I think we're down to about 3 out of his 1,275 videos.
Brilliant.
It's already. How have you already got a video about the Dark Angels models? Like, Jesus Christ. Steal it. Yeah. If here's a question. Before we actually get into the podcast, if I watch Balrak's video of Space Marine FAQ meme review and add no commentary, technically, if that was any other video, that's copyright. But what if it's my content I'm watching someone else talk about? What's the legality?
I feel you're leading us down a dark path of some weird YouTubeception.
You're taking us down a path I can't follow. Anakin! That's all I'm trying to work out. You underestimate me having a life.
Brilliant.
Pinker Maina says it's fair use. Is it fair use if I don't add anything to it? Because
I think at that point it's possibly unfair use.
Because if
no one has the high ground. There's no moral high ground here. That's for damn sure.
No, I mean, it gets abused anyway. But if I watched a video and commentated about it, like gave my opinion on it, then that's fair use because I'm critiquing or talking about something, the content. But if I'm just sat watching the content about someone critiquing the work I've done, is that copyright? Interesting.
There's one way to find out, mate. Just do me a favour, remove my name from the screen and you go for it.
I'm about to H3 sue you. That's the question. I should H3 sue the shit out of you.
Brilliant.
I'm just curious to see where that would take us. It's just a very interesting conversation. Can you copyright strike a copyright strike? That's the question.
It's a weird one.
It is a weird one, yeah. I am tempted about what the meme would be like if I did put a copyright strike on Valrek's video.
God, there'd be so many memes about that.
Get some beef going. It's how you build channels is beef. So it's like a reaction video, but there's no reaction.
It's the 21st century. You can't build channels with beef. Everyone's a vegan.
Oh yeah, true. It's
got to build channels with like lentils and tofu.
Fake beef.
Where's the tofu?
I've nearly finished my coffee, which means we can nearly get into the actual podcast.
I'm not drinking coffee.
No, you can't do that on Twitch. We'll get banned.
You can't promote it. I'm drinking apple juice.
Yeah, do a reaction to Duncan's new video. Are you ready? Shall we do one right now? Right now, we'll do a reaction video to Duncan's video. The first one, not the second one, because it's like 4 times as long.
Yeah, the first one's quite short. I haven't seen it, but I do know it's quite short.
Okay, where's window capture? Let's have a look. I muted window capture. I'm sure I did.
I'm gonna have to watch this on delay.
Right, stream count. Right, there we go. Okay. Right, you ready? Here we go.
You're just on a 16-second video. It's a lovely intro.
Wow.
I like the Big Bang.
Wow. There you go. That was it. 15 seconds.
I think that probably cost more than a $5 on Fiverr. There we go. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I mean, fair play to the guy. I mean, as I said on Twitter, let me get rid of that window.
I don't think his blends are very smooth in the Painting Academy bit. It's a bit jarring, the transition from green to orange.
Those dislikes for his alt account. Shall I dislike it?
You shouldn't do that. Oh, I don't. Did you dislike it?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, you did dislike it. My God, you
liked
heard it here first, guys. Mikey has critiqued the video with a thumbs down.
Down with Mikey. No, I actually liked it. I'm kidding. Look, see. I have
Jay throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade, although I threw more shade than he did between those transitions.
The ultimate power. That video's got 42,000 views. That is just insane. Honestly.
How many of them are you?
Probably about 6. I said
Varak's doing a video on this now. Are you doing a video on Duncan's video or a video on our critique of Duncan's video?
It's just me. I mean, he'll have the video out in about 3 seconds.
It will be 10 minutes and 1 second long, though.
It does have too many thick coats, yeah. I mean, fair play to Duncan Rhodes. Like, he's going to make some serious dollar doing this compared to what you're making at GW. Yeah. Like, God knows how much he was being paid, but like, serious dollar.
Have you noticed? Duncan comes out and says, right, I'm going to do painting lessons for people. It's a painting academy.
Yeah.
And like 3 days later, GW comes out and says, so we've got these courses you can sign up to where we'll teach you how to paint, and you'll even get to walk around the exhibition at Warhammer's World for free.
Wow.
Woo! I've never seen this business model before ever in my life. What the shit?
You know, tomorrow at 4 PM you can tune into the painting clinic on Twitch. The painting clinic.
I don't think I ever want to hear the word clinic involved in a conversation about some weird nerd hobby.
Will you do a painting clinic for me?
I allow people to tune in and watch me paint 3 nights a week while I teach them how I paint. I'm never going to call it a clinic because I'm not a pretentious swine.
Oh, right, fucking hell!
It's clinic because it's full of I was kind of implying that, but I wasn't actually going to say it. So.
No, just coronavirus. That's why I'm coughing. I'm not laughing. He will have 100k subs by the end of summer. He'll probably have that in about a week. He's already 5th of the way there. Jesus Christ.
The Hellstorm painting parlor. Paint along with Mikey. I promise I won't use my fingers for the entire video.
I spelled corona wrong. Or is it Chirona?
No, it's oh, you mean Corona?
Corona, yeah. Have you heard that Corona beer has lost like 132 million in like the past 3 weeks?
I'll bet they have.
Because somewhat American quote was, "We ain't buying that. They're not risking it."
It's just ridiculous. It really is. That's right, Mooney. Car owner. Exactly that.
Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Oh, I weren't ready for that. The clinic. Oh, okay. Right,
you good, Mikey?
I think I'm just about good. I should probably get the agenda on. Oh wait, there isn't one. We're just gonna YOLO.
No, that's not true. There is an agenda. I started writing it. I got a brief description of part of the show written down.
I was like, we'll just do this. It'll be fine. Okay. I mean, that's literally all I do anyway. I just write it down for some reason, like I'm a professional, which I'm not. Can this just be the stream for an hour, just chatting crap? I'd love to do a chat crap stream every. I need someone to like raid it so there's content, but I'd love to do. Gotta just chat crap for an hour every week.
Awesome.
This is my.
I'm still waiting for you to do your
This is Valrak 2.
like best of the internet podcast where you're just going to run through whatever everybody else has done and just throw mindless shade at it.
Oh, I mean, I do that anyway. So I mean, what's?
Yeah, I mean, we started off quite well.
Why not film it?
I saw something that said 38% of Americans under no circumstances would buy Corona just to be sure.
Yeah, something like that. Just absolutely insane.
Dear, oh dear.
I think BCP's down or my internet's down. Just loving life.
I think I've actually left BCP open at one of the army lists we were going to talk about, so that's okay.
Rolling dice. That is it. Hooray! Oh,
Brilliant.
Setting up deployment. Here we go. Making
No,
saves.
Oh, wow.
Making
Wow, here we
saves.
go.
Setting up deployment again. Making saves
Why are you
again.
going back to deployment? And you know, you can't make saves without rolling for like
Clearly,
shots and wounds.
BCP does not know how to play
BCP doesn't know how to play Warhams.
She has experienced it all. Oh,
I need to get the Mikeys for a banter rep.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you've met Elliot now. Yeah, I mean, we haven't officially met, but we practically have. But you've met Elliot, so just come play Elliot. That'll be wicked. It looks like you're BTP this entire year. Yeah, exactly. Let's just try.
Oh, we're only 2 months in.
Here we go. Let's turn the Wi-Fi off now. Shuffling deck. Oh, rolling dice.
Shuffling deck.
There we go.
It's playing the wrong flipping game now.
BCP app, best app. Exactly. Okay, we're there. So I thought I'd get this up before we start, because then I can cut all this crap off the beginning of the actual podcast. So who do you want to throw shade at, by the way? Also, I had a great idea for a 40k interview series. Do you want to hear about it?
I definitely want to hear about it.
So there's another YouTuber called William Osmond, and he's a sciencey gadget YouTuber, and he's really funny. I really enjoy him because he works with stuff. Too late, I'm doing it. Oh yeah, crap! I better not talk about any video ideas in front of Valrak because he'll copy me.
Simpsons did it.
So yeah, so what he does, he has the egg drop challenge. So he invites either famous people or just cool, interesting people in general, and he gets an egg and he gives them $5, right? And they go to the dollar store, and what they have to do is like design like a carriage for the egg to survive being like dropped from the top of a building. But
dropped from the top of a building?
Yeah, like from the top of a house or something, or like out of the window, right? So that's called the egg drop challenge. So he does it with an egg, and whilst they're making it, you get like 10 minutes to do it. They interview, so they chat about like say where they're from or where their channel's based or how they started the channel. But, but while they're making this crap with sellotape and newspaper. So I thought of something similar, but with like a metal model. Do you know, like a metal demon prince or something?
Oh no. No. Go hard mode and do it with metal Abaddon.
Metal Abaddon. Oh shit! So
it'll be the armless challenge.
So I interview someone whilst they're trying to make an armless Abaddon, well, an armed Abaddon, stay armed when they drop it from the top of a building, and they get £5 to spend in Poundland.
Damn, what would you spend in Pound?
How cool is that challenge? You reckon?
I think that'd be awesome. I'm trying to work out how I would do that
we should do it equivalent
things
to,
I might remember from Poundland.
Like, how much is $5 right now in pounds?
£4.
It's like nearly £4. It's £3.91, so I think we'd have to give him £4.
Yeah, round up. Yeah, because you can't buy shit in Poundland for 91p.
No, you can't. Well, you can buy stuff for a £5 now. Weirdly,
I think they've maybe got their idea about the name wrong.
It's called inflation. Okay, so if you want to see, it sounds terrible and I'd watch this. So Like, if you want to see me interview people with trying to protect random metal models when dropping them off the top of a building, then let me know and I'll do it.
I would get shipping pinders and tape.
What shipping pinders?
I'm not sure what a shipping pinder is. I'm trying to work out if he's misspelled or I just don't know what I'm talking about.
There'd have to be certain rules. You can't buy. just received YouTube notification. Valrak uploaded new video. The Metal Abaddon challenge. Right, Valrak, you can't do this challenge. I forbid you. Someone clip this. I forbid Valrak from stealing my Abaddon break-in drop challenge.
Which hang on, whoa. I feel I put the polish on that.
But I said a metal model like a demon prince, and Abaddon is kind of
polish.
Abaddon is kind of like a demon prince in the fact that
joint venture. Abaddon's not a demon prince. He tried very hard not to be a demon.
I did not steal this. I discovered this. So, if you don't steal it, Balrak, you can be the first guest. How about that? But if you think
I think that's a solid compromise.
I think that'd be really fun. I think it'd be a really cool challenge.
I think so.
I'm just going to go and buy
I'm still trying to work out what I'd buy from Poundland to allow him to survive. And I think it would have to be like a can of Monster and 3 pairs of socks. You drink the Monster, rip the top off it somehow with clearly like
you don't get any
strength
tools.
I don't have.
Yeah, you don't get any tools. If you want a tool, you got to buy it.
Yeah, wrap it up in
you
socks.
You can get hobby knives.
Stuff it in the can. Boom.
Can you buy cardboard cutouts of the police officer? Yeah, probably. Oh, right, okay. So shipping pinders are like them, basically like shipping peanuts, what we call.
Oh, right.
I mean, you could get them, but is it going to survive?
Why don't you just call them packing
off
peanuts?
Top of a building? Is it going to survive falling off top of a building?
Yeah. Is Abaddon's going to keep both his arms on when you do that?
Exactly. No, you can't pin the model either. You've just got to superglue it together.
Damn.
No.
So what I'd actually do is I'd leave Poundland, I'd walk to Wilkinson's, I'd buy some Gorilla Glue and gaffer tape.
So that's what I'm thinking. I think that'd be really cool, a really cool challenge. So if anyone has any spare old Abaddons complete, that would be amazing. Because I need about 300.
You only need you only need one. Because what you do once they've thrown them off the building and you've retrieved said Abaddon, you just basically blow on it and his arms fall back off.
So what I've done is I've forbidden Valrak from copying my idea that I've stolen from someone else, much like the memes that I forbidden from stealing the other day. Because some of them were mine, but they definitely weren't all mine. Okay, I think that was a good 20 minutes wasted. So shall we get into the podcast?
I don't think that was wasted at all. We've given Valrak hours more content based on that. So.
I think I'm just going to leave that in the podcast. I'm just going to cut this bit into the start. Welcome, guys, to the Hellstorm Wargaming Podcast number 30! Number 30!
Yeah!
We made it to...
I did wonder if you're going to get the right number, I'm not going to lie.
I did make the wrong thumbnail earlier, but I corrected it before. There you go. Welcome, guys.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
Welcome. How is everyone? We are going to talk about my new video idea, and then we get back into the podcast. We recorded that later. So the rest of the top podcast, we're going to be talking about the Iron Hands FAQ, or the Space Marine FAQ, which is basically Iron Hands. We're going to be
Fists.
And Fist, yes. Fist died a death. It's all about the Iron Warriors now. So, not the Imperial Fists. Iron Warriors.
Definitely something like that.
So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the list that we're at Northeast Open, which is the event that I just covered. Well, with Neil and Ben and Tom as the
awesome coverage as well.
The extended Hellstorm Wargaming team. Like the Hellstorm Wargaming team is a little bit horrific now, so I don't really know what to call it anymore. It's like I don't know.
Hellstorm and Friends.
Hellstorm affiliation team. So, Nerf Grey Knight Tides when? Oh god, I've got stuff to say.
You can't call it Hellstorm affiliation team because the abbreviation for that is HAT.
That's quite good. HAT. Yeah.
Jay was missed. Are you sweetie?
Yeah. Bless. Joshua Johnson says, make sure you tell. Yes.
Tell
everyone about my best in faction Storm Raven. Yes, Joshua Johnson was an absolute legend. He was playing Iron Hands at Northeast Open. He got best in faction Storm Raven, but he also told me he got worst in faction Storm Raven because it was the only one there.
Brilliant.
Because he came 66th with Iron Hands.
Oh.
Or 64th, my apologies.
Damn.
I apologise. Valrak affiliation group or the Vatch.
Oh, no. God, as long as I don't have to be part of it, you can be Team Gorgeous and Young, and the rest of you can work that one out.
Did the staff at the event waste food? This is the main question. Well, there's actually a little bit of drama about food at the event because all I'll say is Ricky handled it very well. But there's supposed to be a hog roast, which is like
nice.
his iconic food for his event. But they got the dates wrong, so they just didn't turn up. So Ricky was just like, okay, what can you cook downstairs? And they were like, we can do burgers and chips. So they were like, yeet. So
cool.
like
cool. Burger and chips times 100, please.
100 burgers turned up an hour later. So the games got delayed by an hour, but fair play to Ricky for getting that sorted. He had just he smashed the event, but my God, they tried to stop him. First, the FAQ, the ITC pack change, Lex 1K. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
How's it
Thank
going?
you very much for that sub. Really, really appreciate it. With Twitch Prime as well, that's basically free if you link your account. If you've got Amazon Prime, which not many people have now because Disney Plus is out in 3 weeks. So he smashed it. Like the ITC pack changed, the FAQ came out, dinner didn't turn up, and everyone still had a great time, and you know, there's still just a great weekend had. So we covered 5 games. We had 10 awesome dudes come on the stream, which is really cool. As part of our Hellstorm does. Tours the world one tournament coverage at a time.
It's a good goal. So how many countries down and how many to go?
So we've done 2 countries, 3 countries technically.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean we've got a few more countries to go. But if you want your event covering, or you know an event that you know of people who run an event and you want to get it covered, then we have a form on our website at hellstormwargaming.co.uk. It's called event registration form. Fill that in and I'm sure we can sort something out. Lexa1K says, I had to sub for your Abaddon idea. Well, thank you. That means
brilliant.
That means it's going to be a great idea. It's like it's definitely.
It's going to be awesome.
So the Abaddon drop challenge. So yeah. So what did we see, Jay? What's happened since? I know we didn't do a podcast last week, but we kind of.
That's right. We were both on a plane last week, so we could have done a podcast from the plane.
We did.
But
we just didn't have any
Wi-Fi.
Were
shattered and there's no internet. So.
We did. Don't tell everyone we didn't do a podcast. We did do a podcast. We just didn't have any Wi-Fi.
You were doing some turning of wood, from what I remember, very skillfully. So what's happened between then and now? Obviously, we had the Prague Open. We just had the NEO, which we're going to talk about some of the winning lists from there very soon. But we've also had a very surprise FAQ come out from GW. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone expected anything to be done about the way that Space Marines are dominating the meta until at least the April FAQ. But it looks like they wanted to get this FAQ out and this sort of errata essentially before Adepticon.
Yeah, which is the 25th to 29th of March. I've just checked.
Bang it. I'm glad you knew. I knew it was this month. I feel it was the end.
Yeah.
But there we are.
So essentially, they don't want to see the Brohammer on stream again. So they were just like...
That could have been it, yeah.
We have
seen this game.
Top table. We'll just bump the Space Marine FAQ out a couple of weeks early because we weren't right the big one until after Adepticon.
Well, that's part of the good thing about getting this now, right? Is that they can then reassess the meta after Adepticon. I know you're only really giving it a month, so you can't reassess the meta, but you can reassess like Marines and their strength at Adepticon because it's still a very big event. There's going to be a lot of Marine players there anyway.
Yeah.
And then you can just double check it, see what you think, make sure that the adjustments you've made are correct. Whether they're too much or too little now is up for debate. Mm-hmm. And then you can go from there.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting. So we'll give it like a brief. You've probably seen everyone who's done a video. Mm-hmm. Some people did a video before the FAQ was officially out because they got it early. Yeah. We didn't. Not salty whatsoever. everyone's done like articles about it, and everyone's posted the actual FAQ on Facebook groups. But if you've been living under a rock, what are the main changes? What have we seen? What we've seen is the big one is the Space Marine Codex has been FAQ'd. They've changed the combat doctrines. So combat doctrines now, rather than Mikey's 40k out of 10 salty.
Brilliant.
I'm the saltiest person right now. I'm so tired.
I don't play Marines, so I don't give a shit.
I think he meant just salty in general.
You are
20k
partially salty.
Sub days, people bitching about me behind my back, and Valrak stealing my content.
Damn that Valrak.
Damn that Valrak. I love him really. Make sure you subscribe to him. He's an absolute legend.
Big time.
So yes, what have we seen? We've seen combat doctrines change. So the description of combat doctrines is it's really cool that you can change whenever you want to. You can adjust during the warfare. And then they went, no, we'll make you adjust during the warfare because we didn't realise that people would getting a benefit on the on heavy weapons would max out on heavy weapons. So you
they just
move.
Buy more heavy weapons, right? They're like, but everyone's got more fists and close combat attacks, so everyone will go to the assault doctrine as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Dude with las cannon says, "Hold my beer."
Nah. Did you notice a stratagem in the Iron Hands Codex that lets you put a unit back into the Devastator Doctrine whilst withholding the current doctrine that they're in?
Is there?
For 1 CP. Yeah, I didn't know either. I learned this weekend.
Yeah, there is. There's one in almost all of the Marine Codexes. Like Ultramarines get one to put someone in Tactical Doctrine with Squad Doctrines as well.
That's a Warlord trait, which gets used quite a lot.
There's a Warlord trait as well. So you get Squad
strat.
Doctrines, which is Strat, which you can make a unit act in Tactical Doctrine, and there's a Warlord trait for it as well. 1 unit in 6.
Yeah, and then they've got Cycle of War.
That's it. Yeah, they can do that too.
To change the doctrine from Assault back to Devastator to start again.
Mm-hmm.
So what we saw is combat doctrines. Basically, you start in Devastator. Normally you change it to Tactical when you're ready, but now you have to move into Tactical during turn 2. And then turn 3, you have a choice to either go into Tactical, stay in Tactical, or go into Assault. And then from turn 4, you are in Assault. Also, Warlord trait,
which I like.
A Warlord trait for Dev Doc for Dark Angels. What's the Warlord trait? Let's have a look. I really like what they've done with the combat doctrines because I think they're the problem we've had is we've had an oppressive meta, and what do we mean by an oppressive meta? We've had the same armies at the top for about 6 months now, which is not good.
There's not really been much variation in lists either. You've seen 2 lists evolve out of it. One is the Brohammer list that we covered before. The other one is you take all the intercessors in the world, which came out past Faith and Fury, with Fyros, and you just have a Marine castle that's really difficult to kill.
Yeah, exactly. This is the first time I've seen an actual stratagem yeeted. Yeah, exactly. So they have the move back a stratagem, move back a phase stratagem from the main codex. Adaptive strategy, which has been yeeted as it's been put by Valrak. It's quite interesting because I mean it makes sense why they got rid of it because they don't want people to stay in Devastator Doctrine anymore because Imperial Fists and Iron Hands in Devastator Doctrine are broken.
They're obscene.
So they just went, let's get rid of that boy. But yeah, it's you can see how much they've messed up with the Space Marine books. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love GW, I love the game. Obviously they support us, so thank you again for that. But you can see how much the Space Marine book has been written with no play testing or checking or like prior knowledge of the game in mind to think this is bad. So
I think as soon as everyone, I mean like everyone who's into 40k, saw the supplement drop for Iron Hands, so like, hang on.
Yeah, that book, man.
That's a bit much.
Except for the stratagems in there, you may as well just like reprint it because it's just all wrong now. It's just completely wrong.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, you've got rid of the Ironstone. Fyros has had his aura changed.
Conjugated Martyrdom has changed.
Yeah, there's a lot. So that's a big one for me. Cogitated Martyrdom being changed in the FAQ.
Yeah.
So we've all seen the list beforehand where you have a Dreadnought that's a character, so he's then got the character cure. So Leviathan or Contemptor is another good choice for it. Yeah. You give him a Warlord trait with a 5-up Feel No Pain. There's someone shoots at him. he takes his invulnerable save, he then takes his feel no pains. If he then finally takes a wound, then you can pass it off to either someone like Fireos, you can just tank a load of them because he's got 7 wounds and he can't be shot at, or you tank it on some intercessors or something. It's just difficult to kill. And now it's just been changed so that as soon as somebody takes a shot at your dreadnought, whatever it may be, and you do want to pass it off, then you do that first. You don't go through any further saves. There's no other damage reduction or mitigation or anything like that.
You have to pass it off there.
And they take the full hit.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's what it should have been. So
it does mean you can kill many Marines with like one las cannon, right? Because you take the full amount of damage as mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So you could line up 3 Marines and just pop them all at once with a las cannon.
Yeah. On a slight tangent, I think that should happen in combat, but not shooting. Like, because essentially what you're describing is a las cannon wounds apply the same way they would in Age of Sigmar, because the fact that they go through as mortal wounds. So if you take 6 damage on your dreadnought, then you pass 6 wounds off. It becomes 6 mortal wounds, which then kill 3 Space Marines or 3 intercessors or 6 Space Marines. But I think I just want my Smash Captain with a Thunderhammer to do 15 damage and kill 15 Orc boys.
Yeah, just run in and start swathing through them.
But then if you didn't shoot it as well, the game would be so dead. It'd be a dead game from there.
Yeah.
So,
and they've already kind of shown that they want the game to be much more about shooting and less about close combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Because several changes have been made. So
So what other changes do we see? We saw the Dreadnought Doctrine. What's it called?
Duty Eternal.
Yeah, exactly. So that changed from being half damage, which was very, very strong, to just being reduced damage by 1, and you can't stack it with any other ability. So Ironstone and half damage is gone, so now it's just reduced damage by 1, which really reduces the effectiveness of Dreadnoughts in general. Don't get me wrong, they're still good, but they're not nowhere near as survivable anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But it does mean that you might start seeing people take more than 1 now. So before, you would never take more than 1, because as soon as you target it, you put Cogitated Mind, not Cogitated Mind, but you could do. You put Duty Eternal on, you've got the Ironstone stood next to it, so alright, cool, so I might do 1 damage to it if I'm lucky over the phase. Whereas now, because you've got the Ironstone on 1, you've always got Duty Eternal to put on another one. So you're still getting the
it's like you've got 2
debuff.
Serpents.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
They get it for free though, and they move 13.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's you can't bank your strategy on keeping a Dreadnought alive now, because they will.
It's no longer unkillable by a Warlord Titan.
Yeah, like Goonhammer put out an article today. I mean, it was always killable. It was always killable. But a Warlord Titan had a 26% chance of failure into a buffed up Leviathan Dreadnought.
Yeah.
But now it's more like 20% chance of not. So it's actually way bigger. It's like less than 20%. So
yeah.
Oh no! There you go. So before the Iron Hands Dreadnought Leviathan was nerfed, it was a 74% chance of killing it. Now it is a 95% chance of killing it.
There you go. So there you go. You could take a 4,000 point model to just about kill a 400 point, no, 300 point model.
6,000 point model.
6,000 points. God damn.
Yeah. And then they've also done, because basically they did a big article about how broken the Iron Hands Leviathan was with the conjugated martyrdom, half damage, -1 for Ironstone. And it was like the chances of 9 paladins with hammers, halberds, and 4 side cannons had a probability of wounds, a minimum wounds dealt to the target, maybe doing killing it like 30% of the time. So,
jeez.
But now that's more like 95% of the time.
Yeah, which is much better. And to be fair, if you allow a pretty Grey Knights are an army that's quite hot at the moment, and they have mobility, so it's harder to mitigate this. But if you allow your Dread to get in close combat with a unit of 9 paladins, then you've misplayed, so you deserve to lose that.
Yeah.
No, that's on you.
As another one, 6 Imperial Fist Centurion Devastators, using the strats and stuff like that. They had a 20% chance of killing the Dreadnought before. Now they have what seems to be just shy of 100% chance of killing it.
Damn!
So,
as long as you do it in turn 1 though, right? Because let's not forget, it's not just Iron Hands that got hit by this.
Well, yeah.
Because they're changing the Devastator Doctrine, and the fact you have to be in tactical from turn 2.
Yeah.
Imperial Fist that got their extra damage against vehicles with a heavy weapon while the Devastator Doctrine is active now no longer do that past turn 2, which I think is a brilliant thing for the game as a whole.
I think it's a really good thing for the game as a whole. It's annoying for me because my army list is dead because I was running Intercessor Spam, and I only do 2 damage now, and my Thunderfire Cannon's only -1, so it's just like rip in the air.
As someone that plays an entire army made solely out of vehicles, how about you suck a foul? I hated that. God, it was just... As soon as you see Marines painted yellow, or in your case, red, it's like, oh, God, why am I even bothering playing this game? I'm going to die in a turn, maybe 2.
Yeah. Just want to say, before I go too much further, massive shout out to goonhammer.com. They put some horrifically good content out, and it's all for free as well. They do have Patreon, but the content is free, so fair play. And that is where I'm getting my stats from about Warlord Titans, because no one else knows except for Goonhammer. I felt like the new Space Marine books made them pretty much pay to win. I don't know if you meant to make them that OP to drive sales or what. I just felt about them. So obviously they wanted to make them better, but I don't think they intended for that to happen. They wanted to make them better than they were, because they were just pants. I mean, I was trying.
They were in a terrible place. Yeah, they were on paper one of the worst armies in the game.
Yeah. I think the main
ahead of just a couple. So
yeah, I think the main codex and supplement writers didn't compare notes. I refuse to believe the Brohammer list was intended. No, exactly. It's all accidental. Like, it's quite clear it's accidental. But yeah, like, surely Mathhammer knows. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Goonhammer have been using Mathhammer to work this out.
That could have been it. 100%. That could have been it. I'm
going to retract my previous statement. Goonhammer are the only ones who bothered to write it down.
There we are. Maybe they just put in there what the chance of killing Leviathan, and the Mathhammer app just spat out the FAQ.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mathhammer aren't sponsoring Goonhammer, but there you go. They decided to sponsor me. But fair play to Mathhammer. They're absolutely awesome. Sponsored the last 2 streams. Like, I'm no longer under contract to say how good they are, so I'm just going to say they are really good. So I really like the app, especially when you're working things out. Like, it's got so many little. I said again, tangent. This isn't paid sponsorship anymore. I actually do use it to work things out when I'm writing lists, like a graph pod and stuff like that. Just stuff like that. It's really, really cool. And obviously, if you wanted to take a Warlord Titan and try and kill the Leviathan Dreadnought, it'll tell you the stats of doing that.
Brilliant.
But yeah, you'll see some more Chaos and Xenos now, mainly Towalks and Eldar. But if you're talking about Marines, Iron Hands, Intercessor Flood, White Scars, Raven Guard, Blood Angels, and probably Smurfs. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like, so Imperial.
But look at the variety in that list of things.
Yeah. What did we see? What stats do we have actually from this weekend? There was 16 Iron Hands players going into NEO before the FAQ. After the FAQ, there's only 10. It's like
10. Yeah.
Which is like what, 35%? I don't know. Mathhammer, where are you?
Yeah. Well, you've lost. Essentially, you've lost. No, I'm not going to go.
Thanks, Jay. Brilliant. Thanks for that.
I've lost at that point. I think I just definitely lost.
Yeah, a little bit, mate.
But yeah, you're about sort of 60% of what you had going in.
Yeah, 40%. So I was closer. You were wrong. So you lose 40% of the field is now no longer. 40% of the original Iron Hands players have just gone.
Yeah.
Siegler might be going back.
But I want to know how many of those Iron Hands players were people that. And this is going to sound super harsh and very critical, and I'm going to cause some offense. So get ready. There are a lot of players that go to tournaments with the intent of winning because they're a good player and they know they can win. And there are a lot of players that go to tournaments with the belief of winning because they've borrowed a list off of the internet and gone, this wins events, so I'm going to win this event.
Are you calling people
and I wonder how many of those players maybe change their list, and how many of the other players change their list.
You can't call people out on the Hellstorm Wargaming Podcast. We don't do that here.
Can you not?
You have no power here.
Damn, I've completely missed the point of this podcast then. Didn't we spend the first pre-show calling somebody out? I mean, by we, I mean you.
We don't have a pre-show. Pinkamania says, eBay says shows the percentage drop pretty well.
Yeah.
Ben, our infield reporter, being an absolute legend this weekend, so thank you very much to Ben. He just come in and says 1 Iron Hands in the final 10, but 8 Marine varieties, including Chaos Space Marine Sisters and Grey Knights.
Nice.
So what are we going to see? So we've seen Devastated Doctrine change, which hits Iron Hands and Imperial Fists a lot.
Yeah.
It hits those two the most. What did we see? Everyone says that Raven Guard got better. They got hit nerfed too. They had Master of Ambush changed. Technically, they didn't get better, and that's the point I want to make. Technically, Raven Guard didn't get better. Blood Angels didn't get better. What they got was
that's right.
What they got was the oppression lifted, so they can now be broken instead.
they got comparatively better because other things got worse.
Yes, exactly. So when you take, I was going to come up with an analogy, and it's completely gone. With Master of Ambush change, I'm going to try and use it on 10 Vanguard with 5 hammers and then deep strike my 2 blows of. Yeah, exactly. That was actually what I was thinking. Like Vanguard veterans, always storm shields, 5 with hammers, 5 with chainswords. Master of Ambush them, they move 12 as well. If you don't Master of Ambush, just use Strike from the Shadows to move 9 and just put them in an L before the game starts. But yeah, I mean they're a little bit weaker than Centurions, but 12-inch fly, charge, boom, done.
Yeah, and everyone's saying that you'll see
fly with
lists taking aggressors instead of Centurions. And I love aggressors. I think they're one of the coolest units in the game because they're little fat boys charging up, all chubby with the big power fists, and I love them. But Centurions are still just better on paper.
Yeah, but what you found is, I think what you'll see is more tactical play with Raven Guard, because usually what happens is okay, right, Jay, quick scenario time. I'm playing Raven Guard. I've got first turn. I've got 6 Assault Centurions, right? You've got any army in the game that you can think of now. So go 3, 2, 1. First army, go.
Knights.
Anything but knights. 3, 2.
You 1. Said any army in the game.
Eldar, right? You've got Eldar, right? So you got Rangers and Guardians, right? I've got
all the useful stuff's in Cloud Strike.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna play everything in Cloud Strike, and you're gonna scream me out with Rangers, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hope to God I go second, frankly.
So what do my Centurions do? They come on the board, they move the 9 away, they move 5, they shoot something, and then charge some Rangers. Great.
Yeah.
But now what? Now you've got to deep strike the Centurion. So what do you do first? Use a weaker, cheaper unit to clear the screens instead of a 6 Assault Centurions.
Yeah.
So aggressors come in there, guys. I know someone.
I
was talking to someone earlier in the chat, and they were just like, "Oh, I was shooting 120 aggressive shots, so they only had a 2-up save." Fair call out, by the way. But it's charge your aggressors. Do not shoot them twice. It's the worst thing you can do.
Yes.
You're just rolling dice for the sake of it. Then, if you like rolling dice, shoot aggressors twice. Great. No, Master of Ambush. You can even put flamers on them if you want to be super sneaky. But shoot and then charge something. Shoot over the top. Take long range marksmen. Make them 21-inch range. Master of Ambush. Move 5, 6 if you need Elias. Shoot and then charge something with all them power fists.
Yeah, and you've got a really good chance of making the charge roll because Raven Guard have got some awesome strats to help you get into combat as well.
Yeah,
so.
They got Raven's Blade, I think it is. So 1 CP. If you only charge one unit, you can re-roll the dice.
Which is it's as here we go as well. It's one or both, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's mental.
Yeah, you've got Laios Isodon for Raptors. I've got I've filmed 2 battle reports with Raven Guard. One coming out on YouTube, one coming out on the website. Both using Raptors because Laios is really strong. He was used in Chester's list. Gives you +1 move, advance and charge. So now when you Master of Ambush, you move 6 and you get +1 to charge. Take Hungry for Battle.
You can get a Chaplain, Shadow Step that over there as well.
Yeah.
That's another +2.
You get +2 on just naturally. You don't even need a Chaplain. Master of Ambush.
Don't charge Repentia. Oh, God, they're gross.
Yeah.
They're so wrong.
Yeah, so Laios is it's 150 points. He's a chapter master. The old wording, so it's only with 1s and 2s. But it gives you +1 to move. So your aggressors are moving 6 rather than 5. And then when they charge, they get +2 because you take Hungry for Battle.
Yeah.
So that's a horrific out of deep strike threat range, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then if you don't go first,
the plus
deep
side
strike
is
your scouts because you can deep strike 3 units. So
yes, you can.
Primaris.
Yeah.
Panther.
But if you have aggressors, at least they're D3 damage on their fists, not flat 3 or flat 3 -4 flat 3.
Yeah, the aggressors are just there to clear the screen when your Centurions come in next turn, who also get +2 to charge. So Make sure you watch out for that battle report. It's really good for both of them. One against Mr. John Swallows, a nice support of the channel. Then one against Neil. Neil tries Knights, which is really fun. So he plays mine in Knights. He also uses
Knights versus Raven Guard's a tough game.
Yeah, he also used my gifted knight from Yurt Clanen. He's got Instagram. I have no idea. Zathinork. There you go. I have no idea how to pronounce it. So there you go. So he's really cool.
I even have alerts set up so I can like his posts. Wow. He's really good.
He's a really good painter. Yeah, it's like he's covered in like awesome freehand. It's like a Japanese tribal, which is really cool. Like with the faces and the demons and stuff like that. It's
like old school Japanese tribal tattoos, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're wicked.
It's on the night. That's really good. So they're like the main changes of Space Marines. I said we're keeping this podcast relatively short because I want to go to bed. What we have is Northeast Open. So shout out to those guys for having us cover their stream. Stream their event. I said if you want your event streaming or you know of an event that could do with streaming, then make sure you go and fill out our form or tell your friends to fill out our form. And we can hopefully sort that out. So what did we see? We saw the new FAQ used. So we saw someone painted models on stream, but I felt like I couldn't miss it. Iron Hands were in the top 10. They're actually second place after everything, but during day 2 they're in top 10. But only one Iron Hand. There's a couple of Raven Guard. Grey Knights were dominating. We saw Innes Wilson repping Grey Knights during game 1 and then go into the final to potentially win the event. Had he won with 27 points, he would have won. Sadly, he did lose. There's a clip, right? Shall we just watch the clip? Why not?
Go for it.
It's one of those podcasts.
I'll bring it up.
Why not play my own? Play my own content.
It's fair use, right?
It is fair use if it's my own, right? Let's just get window capture up, and I'm going to sort the cropping out. Oh, not that's one. My screen capture. So here's the clip. Jay, you won't be able to hear it, sorry.
No, what's happened?
No way. So we had a double. This is big. This is big. Those paladins went for the charge on the Chaplain Dread. No, all Overwatch missed. Then they rolled the charge. Double one. He re-rolled with First of the Fray. Double one again.
No.
Double one
That
charge.
is-
Re-roll
it
into a
is-
double
It
one.
is sat. Let's see if we can get.
Can we get this on the side view?
He's
Yes,
very
it is
savage.
slide down on the floor.
Oh my days!
Absolutely
Oh.
savage.
Damn.
You can just see.
Oh no, he's properly down.
You can just see. Right, I don't know if you can see it, like watching back, but
On the
there's two
Chaplain
dice
Dread.
here.
No, all
There's like
Overwatch
a blue
missed. Then they
dice and a
rolled the
blue
charge.
dice
Double
here.
one.
They're the
He
ones.
re-rolled with First of the Fray.
Sadly, he missed the
what's
actual
happening?
No
roll.
way. So
But that is a 1 in 1,296 chance of failing, like rolling double one twice in a row.
Ouch.
The absolute.
Well, plus he hasn't got to worry about it for the next while. So.
There, so that was just absolutely terrible. But like Innes is an absolute legend. He did a bit of a twit long. Go and follow him on Twitter. He did a bit of a twit longer about how he can overcome problems like that because he like put too much pressure on himself to try and win that game. He probably should have won it. He made a few mistakes because he wasn't concentrating. I think like worrying about too much stuff. He said something about worrying too much about Souls of Iron because this was in the final against Mike Porter with Iron Hands. So he like worried too much about a single power being denied, which then he didn't actually end up needing, and then because he did that, he put himself in positions where he could get countered. But Grey Knights.
Well, I'm really looking forward to watching that game.
Yeah,
I bought a Grey Knight timer this morning, so very looking forward to watching that game.
Grey Knights are super duper strong, man. They are so good. Those tides are insane.
They're epic.
They're doctrines. They're basically what doctrines are. They're an issue.
But they didn't get nerfed.
No, what you do is you give them a buff. You give an army a buff to a certain type of weapon or ability they have, and then they take loads of it.
Yeah.
Like, who would have seen that coming?
I apparently not our glorious overlords.
Like, why don't I just take 4 side cannons in 2 units of paladins? Why don't I take a side cannon every single Drake squad? Like, why would I not? So there was in the list. There was 6
silencers, I think.
There was There was double battalion, so there was 4 characters, and then 6 units of strike squads, all with a side cannon. So that's 6 of them. Then there was a vanguard, which had 2 more.
Cannons?
Oh no, silencers maybe.
It was silencers. Cool. Yeah, 6 shots
so.
because you're going to end up moving with them a lot, so you need the rate of fire to counteract the -1.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a look.
And they end up being strength 5. I think no AP, damage 2.
Yeah.
Because of the tide of convergence. And so even if you get the average number of hits, which is 3, the average number of wounds, you'll still kill a Primaris Marine with it at range.
Yeah, it's all silencers, I apologise.
Yeah.
So what do you see? You see 6 strike squads all with a silencer. You see 2 big clubs of paladins with 4 silencers each. And we're going to make the silencers better.
Probably side cannons on those.
It's all silencers.
Really? Okay, cool. I very
silencers.
much look forward to watching this because I'm going to probably put side cannons on my paladin squad. I got 2 going to list. One of them with side cannons.
Tom says, not that you could tell what anything was because of all the bloody black, but obviously we had super duper support from all of the stream this weekend. We actually raised like nearly £1,000 towards our GoFundMe,
which is amazing.
So thank you.
Thank you to everyone that donated, and to Nick McDade, who is going to make you pay for that heavily.
I feel like it wasn't a donation; it was just a loan.
Well, it was just paying his bar tab up front and getting it cheaper, which is more the problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I pay the same price for beer than he would, so literally it's the same price.
No, I mean, he's going to pay you 200 and whatever quid it was for the bar tab, rather than paying somebody at Sanctuary 400 quid for the bar tab.
Yeah, exactly. But
you may make a loss.
Cheap beer, so there you go.
I know. I've calculated that in.
Nick is going to have to drink 50 cans of beer to break even on each day.
On each day? I think he probably could.
So fair play if he does that. I'll shake his hand as well.
It was Toby Lydiard last Hellstorm that was using cans of Foster's as command points, I think.
Yeah.
Playing Custodes, and he was trolleyed.
He was, yeah. That was really good.
So moving from Jimmy Beerhand to Iron Hand, should we go through Mike's list and tell you the undefeated Iron Hands list from the Northeast Open?
Yeah, so the Iron Hands is a double battalion.
It is.
And then that's it.
They are Iron Hand successors with Artisans and Long Range Marksmen, which is going to surprise almost no one.
Yep, so Master Artisans reroll a hit and wound every time a unit shoots. And then Long Range Marksmen make those guns extra long with that extra 3-inch. 3 is all you need, supposedly, if you play Iron Hands. Because no one else is using Long Range Marksmen. So.
Well, they not.
I think so.
So yeah, I kept looking through his list. And I kept trying to think, why have you bothered putting that in? And I couldn't quite work it out until I eventually saw right near the bottom of his list, in an elite slot, just so it could fit in a Scorpius, 3 assault cents with flamers, and thought, okay, now it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, exactly. So you had double battalion. You had a captain who was a smash captain. He had Imperium sword and a mastercrafted thunderhammer, so 4 damage thunderhammer.
Yeah.
So Imperium
I've
sword,
been on the receiving end of that. It hurts.
Plus rerolling the dice when charging. +1 attack on the charge, +1 strength on the charge.
Yeah.
So really good. Strength 10, -3 and 4 damage. Then he had a Primaris Lieutenant with the he's got an additional relic. And then what it says robbed a relic. So it says either a tempered helm, which is 6 plus to get command points back, or Ironstone. So default is Ironstone.
Yeah.
So then he has an infiltrator squad and an intercessor squad with chainsaws, stock bolt rifles. Sense makes sense. JK2.
Hey.
Brilliant. I just want to say a massive shout out to Tom who's in the chat. He was an absolute star.
Tom, you bossed it.
He was an absolute legend. He really did well. He did better than me, and he did better than anyone else on the Hellstorm team ever. Except for Ben. Him and Ben were like superstars. Better than all of us at Team Hellstorm. Do you want to start a channel called it Hellstorm Wargaming 2? You two would smash it.
Brahma Storm. Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Like,
Bram Storm.
I'm just like, because I'm taking so many different people on streams as you, there's Ben, and there's Tom. I'm just like giving away all my trade secrets, so please don't start a competing channel.
Well, just want to announce Mo Storm Miniatures.
No Storm Miniatures. So,
Hawk Storm. There we go.
So infiltrator, intercessor, and a chainsword, and then he had a scout squad. Then he had a devastated squad with 4 grav cannons and a Marmorium cherub, and a unit of eliminators. So yeah, grav cannon being super good. And then he obviously had a drop pod.
Grav pods still hench.
So they drop down, turn 1, Mercy is weakness, gravity amplifier, so just insane. DJ says, great weekend, had great fun. Well, thank you very much.
Awesome,
Groundhawk Benstorm coming soon. I just have to buy your t-shirt.
Definitely hamming.
It's getting too dangerous. Got to buy that URL and buy your t-shirts. Iron Storm.
Dear, oh dear.
Then we had another battalion, had 2 Chaplain Dreadnoughts. One of them had Catechism of Fire, and the other one had +1 to hit. Don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Both between lads.
Recitation of Focus.
Thank you very much. Then we had 3 Intercessor squads, always talk about rifles. A Centurion Devastator squad with Flamers and Hurricane Bolters. A Relic Whirlwind Scorpius with 51 inch range, because why not? 2 more units of Eliminators and a Thunderfire Cannon. So, really, really strong list. Very
strong.
Very much a toolbox stylist. I think I said it on stream that Mike is not really run a all-out war list. He's always... he was running Imperial Fist Intercessors for a little while. But he's always run a toolboxy Iron Hands list of taking stuff that people don't normally take, like Invictors, Land Speeders, and stuff like that, because they are so good at doing what they do. Essentially, they just look.
Well, I spoke to him about this at the Glasshammer GT. I got to play Mike. It was great, good game. It was a short game, unfortunately. And I asked him why he doesn't take the Brohammer list, because it's all in vogue, and he says, to be honest, I'd rather take this because I feel I can probably do a lot more with it in more situations than just a brute force list. So if it all goes wrong and I do get a run of bad luck, I've still got something I can pull out of the bag. It's a very fair point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw in game 4 Mike was struggling because he lost a lot of stuff. Like Gaz was using 9 Shadow Weaver artillery and 3 Night Stallions, which is just a horrific amount. Ignoring cover as well, just a horrific amount of indirect fire. But Mike lost loads but still pulled it out. So. And he had the little Smash Captain Postman Pat, which was really cool, which I really liked.
I love that.
He didn't get many points out of it, but I think he's still learning how to use it, because obviously it's a new pack as well.
Yeah.
So that actually came second. So we've had 2 games on stream. They're going to be up on YouTube during this week. They're going to be coming up soon. You can watch them on Twitch right now if you want to. So he did really well. And then we had the actual number 1. So Mike went undefeated, but came second due to points. So number 1, we had Comrade Bottle Wickle Sticks, or Barty Wicks. Because Ricky came up to me just before he did the announcement. He was like, Mikey, how do you pronounce Conrad's last name? And I was like, no.
Oh no.
Now knowing it's Barty Wicks, I'll just say Bottle Whittle Sticks.
You didn't.
And then he just said, congrats to King Con. So I was just like, God damn.
That'll do. That'll do. Which is a good one, because King Kong's good at swatting planes, and Conrad normally takes the Air Force. So
he actually it's quite cool because Ricky got them to play the Rocky theme as he went congrats to King Kong, which is
awesome.
Cool. Except they played the wrong song. I don't know if that was a meme or they actually got it wrong.
Oh no!
First, so just like Ricky did.
They tried.
And it still pulled it out. So fair play.
Nice. Well, should we go through Comrade's list? Comrade had the Craft World Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Which I've not heard of the Wu-Tang Craft World before. But they had is a battalion detachment of Headstrong and Hunters of Ancient Relics. So Headstrong is +1 to charge. Hunters of Ancient Relics is brilliant. If you're within 3 inches of an objective, you just get an extra attack.
Absolutely
which is amazing.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
In that battalion, you had a Farseer Skyrunner with Witchblade, 2 Warlock Skyrunners, both with Witchblade, 3 units of Rangers, and then the entire reason for taking Headstrong and the Hunters of Ancient Relics, 2 units of Shining Spears with 8 Spears and an Exarch, Star Lance on a Laser Lance. 1 unit had the Exarch Power Skilled Rider. Mm-hmm. So Skilled Rider is just a brilliant thing, because you just get +1 to the invuln save for your Exarch.
Yeah. Which
means you can get him down to a 2-up invuln if you've also got Protect on the unit. And he just tanks stuff for days.
And then you use another Psychic Power as well, which gives you a free reroll, hit, wound, or save roll. So you can give him a 2-up reroll.
Yes, it's it's Fate something. It's one of the new ones.
Yeah, and then you can use obviously a CP. So you've got a Exarch with a 2+ invuln, you can essentially reroll 2 of those saves for a CP a turn.
Yeah, so they just don't die. No, they just don't die.
Really good.
Then he had in his other unit of spears, Swooping Dive as the Exarch Power. Swooping Dive means you get +1 to charge. So you get +1 to charge for that. You get +1 to the charge for Headstrong. So even if you deep strike them, you need to roll a 7.
That's really good.
It's a lot more likely to happen. You can really rely on that, I think.
Yeah.
Then he had craft world Shaolin. It's another new craft world.
Wow.
I like this.
Amazing. Now we need to get here to paint them.
Brilliant. I think you could definitely do one of those Exarchs as Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. And the Farseer is obviously ODB, so, you know. But Craftworld Shaolin has expert crafters and masterful shots, so that's a reroll of a hit and a wound.
That's Craftworld Bomberclot.
Oh, I'm afraid it's Craftworld Shaolin because they won the event.
According to Colin, who came on stream round 3. Craftworld Bomberclot.
It could be, but I think maybe they can fight it out amongst themselves at that point. Yeah. There's another Farseer just on foot with Witchblade. A big blob of Dark Reapers.
Nasty.
Which we usually don't see. But 10 of those, Exarch with rapid shots, he gets to fire twice. You've basically got 11 shots with Reaper launchers that they've all got. So not even the indirect fire Exarch weapon. 3 Night Spinners with the Doomweavers, and then a Wave Serpent with what I think is brilliant, twin Eldari missiles. I think they're awesome. That obviously is going to be used to protect your Dark Reapers for a turn. And then finally, Cabal of the Black Heart Patrol Detachment. Woo! Get Vect indeed. Archon and 5 Cabalite Warriors, and because they're a normal patrol, they even get a 6-up Feel No Pain, so they're slightly more durable.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
And
Strong list.
Just sat at the back, just being like, I don't like that stratagem. Go away.
Do you not like that stratagem?
But
you mean you were doing the Vect? Yeah. It's. God damn, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's a nasty stratagem, but yeah, what a list! What a really interesting list. It's a shame he never came on stream. I did ask him twice, and he said no. But there you go.
Fair.
Along with the sisters, who also said no. But there you go.
That would have been an interesting game to watch, though, with Robert.
Yeah. So what a really strong list, a really tricksy list. Obviously, being able to deep strike those Shining Spears and charge with a 7-inch charge if you wanted to. But the fact that they're just so fast and still charge, which is really good. And then getting those extra attacks. Playing ITC, you're guaranteed to have an objective in the opponent's deployment zone usually.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Just charge onto it.
And generally speaking, for the spears, because there's something on the objective and you're going to capture it, you're going to be in combat with it, so you're going to get that. And if you have to lose maybe one dude's attacks to just get within 3 of an objective, you're still getting a net gain.
Yeah, you're going to do that every time. And the fact that the +1 to charge and so fast at the same time, so it's really cool. I really like Shining Spears. I think they're actually, while they are quite a nasty unit to play against, they are really fun to play because if you get it right, they are so good. But if you get it wrong, they fall down in a breeze.
Yeah, if it fails, that's it.
Yeah, but we've seen a similar list, a similar style list from Conrad for quite a while. He's been playing Shining Spears for donkeys ever since the days of Ynnari. He had Shining Spears, I believe. I don't think he did on the final that we streamed at LDT.
I kept looking through this, thinking this reads very much like a Ynnari missing one character because you've got 2 units of spears and a big unit of reapers.
Yeah, it is. It is the old Ynnari list essentially, just a little bit different. So. But yeah, what a really cool list. Again, being able to choose, having multiple detachments and being able to change, put the right units in the right place so you know they're going to get the buff. So obviously the Night Spinners having that reroll a hit, reroll a wound, and ignore cover. And obviously the Dark Reapers ignoring cover, which is absolutely nasty. Essentially making them -3 for in cover, which is really good. And then the Archon that's not going to get killed very easily because he's got that 2+ in run.
Yeah, exactly. He can just sit there, just tanking stuff for days.
Yeah, the meta has gone full circle. Ynnari list is back. Yeah, exactly. So it's quite bizarre, really. It's very interesting to see what's happening. So again,
it is one of the most fascinating things in 40k, though, is the way that things like this shift and come back into fashion here and there.
Yeah, smashed a possessed bomb in turn 1 with Reapers and Spears. There you go. So,
I'm not surprised because you can get the jump on the possessed at that point, and you've got enough denies. So.
Because the fact is, the meta changes depending on what's good. The Iron Hands and Tau struggle to deal with Possessed Bombs sometimes because it's all the minuses to hit. So then Dark Reapers suddenly become amazing, and Grey Knights suddenly become amazing. Obviously with that 4 damage smite now that they can go into. Tide of Mind Bullets and Tide of Guns as soon as they would put them. But what did we see in the top 10? It was quite an interesting mix, which was nice. We only saw 1 Iron Hands in the top 10.
Yes,
which
but
is
it was,
very new.
as tradition dictates, undefeated.
Yep. So we saw Eldar, Eldari,
Yeah.
because it was mixed. We saw Iron Hands at 2. Raven Guard, Bernard Lee, another player who refused to come on the team, but there you go. He was running Centurions, so he had 15 Centurions, I believe.
He was also undefeated. He didn't take a loss. He got a draw against Matt Robertson playing Sisters.
Yeah, so he had Master Artisans and Long Range Marksman as well. Obviously been to the same school as Mike's Iron Hands.
The slightly stealthier version.
Yeah, so he had Captain with a Smash Captain, a Smash Chaplain, 3 units of Scouts, 10 Assault Centurions with Flamers and Hurricane Bolters, and then 3 units of 3 Eliminators. And then he had a Captain on Bike, Primaris Lieutenant, 2 units of Intercessors, 5 Scouts, a Thunder Spike Cannon, and 5 Grab Devastators as well. So quite an interesting list. I imagine he deep struck the Assault Centurions in most games, started the Grab Centurions on the board and just walked them up and just said, come deal with this. Double battalion, so plenty of CP to play with. Has listeners to make stuff a little bit faster or a little bit better to wound, so +1 to wound and stuff. But absolutely nailing characters if he needs to, which is really good.
They're brutal.
Yeah,
absolutely brutal.
So then we had Matt Robertson, who's using a very interesting Sisters list, something that people don't really see. No Exorcist, it's all foot. It's all foot. So he's using.
But it hurts so hard.
Yeah, so he's got a mixed battalion. He's got Celestine, Canoness, Inquisitor, Image of Fire, 3 units of 5 Sisters of Battle with Chainsaws and Superior. So he's got Bloody Rose, Image of Fire, and then an Ebon Chalice Warlord, who's got Terrible Knowledge Relic, which the thing is I don't even know what Sisters do. So
so some of it it just feels like it's made up at the time, but it's all fully legit.
My codex is upstairs as well. So everyone seems to be running Exorcist, but this is very much a combat because it's got 10 Seraphim, 8 Seraphim with Inferno Pistols, and then he's got 3 units of 9 Repentia, and then 3 units.
Those are the ones right there.
Yeah, they just get silly amounts of attacks. They have Bloody Rose as well, so they get +1 attack on the charge, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I think so. To give everyone a bit of a lowdown on what Repentia are, like we've all probably seen GC the Cults with the Acolyte bombs with all the rock saws, and you get like 20 dudes with 8 rock saws. And it doesn't matter if a few of them die. Well, the Repentia basically don't die. They take forever to kill, and every single one of them is like a dude with a rock saw. And they will never fail a charge. Ever. Because you use Miracle Dice.
Yeah.
So
it's got 3 units of 9 of them at 117 points a unit, which is really cheap. They're basically compensating for strength 8 weapons. Yeah, they need to go up. They need to be double points. Then it's got Zephyrim. 2 units of 9 and 1 unit of 8.
Yeah. So they're like the close combat Zephyrim. So think of them like Sisters Assault Marines, basically.
Right, okay, cool. So yeah, just super fast. 9 power swords and 8 power swords at 153 and 136 points, respectively. And then 2 rhinos to stick some crap in, probably. Just move it around the board. So
yeah, rhinos are still strong. You know, you can hide in those Repention there, which means that it stops them getting thunderfired and their movement hard, sort of guff. And then you just off you go.
Yeah, exactly. So because it's such a big event, there's quite a few 4-1s. So we have up to 16 places up for 4-1s after the first 4 lists. But we'll go through the top 6. We've got James McKenzie with the Possessed Bomb. So he's he's
doing well with that.
I believe he was using Empress Children as well. He's taking them out now. No, he's gone for 1,000 Suns. He's got Scarab Occult.
1,000 Suns. You took a load of the Scarab Occult. Yeah,
so big fat unit there at 250 points. Lost to Innis with Grey Knights, which is not unexpected.
Yeah.
The fact that you can just smite the crap out of everything that gets in the way.
Yeah.
Such as the Lord Discordant, -4 to hit. Smite does not care about -4 to hit.
You only need 3 smites to go through.
Yeah, and then he obviously had Araman, Demon Prince of Zinch, just for the extra smitey powers and the extra guaranteed warp times, etc. Then we had Tom Higgins Bottom, because we saw that all stream.
Yes, there was a lot of something cracked and broken on the stream, and it was Tom.
Yeah, exactly. He's behind cleavage. Someone dubbed it.
Brilliant.
So he was using orcs. He was just using a horrific amount of orc boys.
There was tons.
He actually played Tom Douche. He was also using a horrific amount of orc boys. So that was
I think Tom's first 2 games were nothing but orcs against orcs, right?
Yeah. So then he played. I can't remember his name. I think it's Kev or Rob. There's another guy playing orcs. He had quite a cool list, but Tom sounds like Tom smashed him. If I could only post a photo of his arse crack right now, I mean, I could if I opened WhatsApp, but there you go. And then in 7th, we had Innis with 170 battle points, actually matching Conrad for top place, but sadly he did lose his last game. We had Ash Loftus with Imperium, so he was using Vostroyans. And then he had Talon, and then he had Blood Angel as well with Sanguinary Guard. So a bit of a hammer and a bit of staying power with the tanks.
It's gone back to the kind of guard list you saw maybe 8 months or so ago, where instead of maybe having a Castellan, you've got a load more tanks, but then you've thrown in the superhero detachment of Blood Angels, just get in there and mix things up.
Yeah, exactly. And then we saw Tom Wright with Guard and Blood Angels once again. And then we saw Shane Russell with Tau. So that's the top 10. So quite an interesting top 10. Eldar, only 2 Space Marines, like actual Space Marines. Iron Hands and Raven Guard in 2nd and 3rd. Then we had Sisters, Chaos, Orcs, Grey Knights, Mixed Imperium twice, and then Tau. So quite an interesting top 10 meta at the
So we're basically 10 different factions used. Well, 11 if you count the little crappy patrol detachment in the top 10, which is amazing because we haven't seen that for a long time now.
Not a long time. So it's going to be interesting. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that Iron Hands have been nerfed, but also comes down to the fact that people haven't adjusted for it yet. So the people who've been playing their factions for a long time are doing well. Mikey's obviously a very good player, so still doing well with Iron Hands. But a lot of people with Iron Hands are still trying to figure out what they're like my house is on fire type. Oh my god, what do I do? So yeah, it's really interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see over the next 2, maybe 3 weeks while people figure out the next best list.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see the Intercessor spam come back. There's actually a list that Rob Edwards played against me. We played old pre-FAQ, but you can kind of see how deadly that Intercessor Horde is with Iron Hands with the 5+ Feel No Pain and 5+ Invon. If you want to watch that, make sure
pretty
you
gross.
Hellstormwargaming.co.uk for that premium bat rep. But yeah, basically, watch this space. Next week, we'll be able to talk about what happened over the weekend coming. What happened I know there's the Glasshammer RTT, which will be using the rules. I'm sure there's going to be lots of amazing.
It's going to be the most Shark Tanky RTT ever.
Basically, yeah. Well, I bet that's the UK in general, I think. The UK has the worst RTTs. I'm just going to go on Best in Faction podcast. I've been looking at that stuff a lot recently. Actually, I follow Paul Murphy on Twitter and I've tweeted to him a lot. And then
nice.
I've never actually... He walked past me at LBR. I didn't recognise who he was. I was like, oh, I'm sure I recognise that guy. And then I was like, oh, actually, it's that really cool dude. So they put out posts every week. Again, full credit to them, but we had Northeast Open, so we had Craft Worlds, Iron Hands, Raven Guard, and Sister of Battle in top 4. There was another event called Gigabytes Alpha Strike GT, which is Dark Eldar, Chaos Space Marines, and Thousand Suns, Blood Angels, then Iron Hands in the top 4.
Nice.
And then there's the Alliance Open Iron Man, which is a really cool event, but sadly they weren't used in the FAQ. Obviously, it was a charity event. They didn't want to mess everybody up.
Yeah. And people had already left to go to the event before the FAQ would come out as well. So. Yeah,
exactly. So that's like kind of like blast from the past. What should have happened last week? You had Imperial Fist, Grey Knights, Iron Hands, and Iron Hands. But then you had GH 500. I'm not sure what the GH stands for, but we had Chaos Space Marines and Demons, then Craftworld Eldar, then Chaos Knights and Chaos Space Marines, and then Chaos Space Marines in the top 4. So
nice.
Quite an interesting
Chaos still strong.
Turn of events. Yeah, so Chaos doing well. They always have been, but they said what happens is when you have an oppressive meta, everyone sees the Iron Hands, but you don't see all the broken stuff underneath, such as Chaos and Eldar. So I think that's the way the meta is going to change a bit. Well, Chaos met Eldar and Grey Knights.
Yeah, I think I fully agree. I feel I've seen quite a lot of the broken Chaos stuff just from the other side of the table, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Iron Hands will do well in the right hands. Yeah, Iron Hands will do well in the right hands. Chaos are good. Eldar are really good.
Yes, Eldar have always been really good. They just
Grey Knights are quite obviously good, but still
die quick. I'm hoping we see Dark Eldar come back a bit because my favourite thing about the errata is now that Imperial Fists have lost the Devastator Doctrine past turn 1. There's a lot of very light vehicles that can start to come back in the game.
Yeah, Venom spam is going to be horrific.
Venom spam, yeah, man. Because if Iron Hands, and this is kind of what we've just been talking about, if Iron Hands switch over to, well, we're going to play a hell of a load of Marines, then what's good against that is poison. So you then bring in all the Dark Eldar Cabal stuff come back, and they can live through the first turn and lose a couple of Venoms, and then they're fine in the second turn against your fists and stuff. And it's going to just change things constantly. And as it just sort of rotates through a set of maybe 5 to 6 armies at the top of the field, it would just keep rolling through. And I really like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Is Chaos just mean buff armies like Possessed, or is a more balanced list like Alpha Legion and Knights possible? Well, I'd love to say Alpha Legion and Knights are possible, but our own Dan Brock went to an event and went 1-4 with Chaos Knights and Alpha Legion, which is terrible. It was so unlucky. It was so unlucky. The thing is,
the thing is, they work so well against a lot of Imperial, and if you don't play them, that's it.
Yeah. The thing is like when you're relying on Alpha Legion to conceal, with Eldar being able to come back to the top and that Vec to be around, it's just like
and just outmaneuver conceal, because suddenly you are the close visible target because quickened our spears over or whatever.
You don't need to. You just 4 CP for Vec. Conceal doesn't go.
Why spend 4 CP when you can spend the psychic power that's like cast on a 6 or something?
Because you got
dumb like that. You know?
That's it. Reapers that have 20 shot. Well, 20. Well, what am I thinking? 20 shots. Don't know.
Not sure. Because there's different modes of fire for Reapers, isn't there?
You have to shoot the lower mode, so you have 21 shots going in with your Exarch with the extra shot. Hitting on freeze, re-rolling at least one of the hits. If not re-rolling everything, and then re-rolling to wound as well, because of Doom.
Yeah.
And
that Doom.
And Jinx.
God damn that Doom.
Man.
Played an event yesterday and Doom ruined me in the last game.
Yeah.
Oh, so strong.
Yeah, it's so good. But there you go. I think that's going to be the end of the podcast. I think.
Yeah, I think we've covered the NEO pretty well.
Yeah, accidentally, I wasn't just. Well, I think we kind of talked about everything in general, but mostly about the NEO because that's where I've been and it's just all I've seen. I've not been able to analyze much else. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed that. That's what we think. Space Marines are still good. They're just not quite as easy.
No, they're not. You'll still end up with people that are going to do extremely well, like Mike, people that have played it for a long time, really understand the game rather than just the current meta. Yeah. And there'll be people that suddenly flog in their Marine armies on eBay.
Yeah, if you want to keep playing Iron Hands, then buy some Intercessors, I'd say. 70 to 80 Intercessors, couple of character Dreadnoughts or whatever. Just meme it.
3 Chaplains and a Mortis with quad lats. It's still gross.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. So that would be quite a horrific list and would work quite well actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Space Marine players have to think. I'm sure we'll see some top player do really well with one list, and then every other player will copy that list and run it every other list they've ever been to ever. But yeah, it should be interesting. So, anything else to add, Jay, before we close out?
No, but we were talking about sisters earlier on, and for those of you who watch my stream 3 nights a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. At the end of this month, I will be giving away a Sisters of Battle Hospitalia, and then I'll paint it in the colour scheme of whoever wins its choice. So if you'd like to start a Sisters army, maybe that's a good
there you go. You've beat me to remembering the nights you stream. So.
Well, you've done such a great job of it over not just last weekend, but also the last 3 or 4 podcasts. I thought I'd give you a break. So.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. So. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. This has been the Hellstorm Wargaming Podcast number 30. We're going to be live next week on 7:30 PM GMT, as we are every Monday. Well, the agenda is probably going to be analysing some extra lists that have come out since then, and anything else that happens this week. No Saga of the Beast yet. It is Star Lizards coming out this weekend, so you might see a video. Yeah. You may see a video one day from me about Star Lizards, probably after it comes out. Maybe we'll see.
Dum.
If you're a new listener, we'd love it if you could subscribe and join us live when we do go live. If you want to help us get a brand new camera, then !GoFundMe. Bam, 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 bam. That me typing. Did you hear that?
I did wonder what that was. I think we're trying to communicate more.
Yeah, it's Morse code for please donate. I said massive shout out to everyone who donated this weekend. We are super duper close to getting there, so it's really cool. If you want to follow the podcast, you can listen on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud, Podbean on the website as well. Obviously, you can watch it back on YouTube, watch it back on Twitch for the next 14 days. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Hellstormwargaming, Hellstorm_Mikey, sorry. Hellstorm_Mikey, because I can't fit Hellstorm Wargaming, you see. I post memes there. I also post salty posts that people think are real but aren't actually real. And I generally just...
What do you reckon happens to those memes?
That, I mean, if you want to check out Chapter Master Valrak at youtube.com/ChapterMasterValrak, I'm sure you could find some. You also follow me on Instagram at Hellstorm Wargaming. You can follow Jay on Instagram at Mohawk Miniatures and twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Ooh.
You can join the conversation. We didn't do a premium chat. We might have a question time at the end, but we just had a general chat today because I've been streaming, I haven't been able to set it up. But we normally have premium questions at the end of the podcast, so I'll be putting out the agenda earlier this week. So if you got any questions you want to ask us, generally about 40k or generally about life, we might answer them too. Then you can post those in the agenda chat. You can support the podcast by watching every week. You can like and subscribe, share with your friends. You can join up on Hellstormwargaming.co.uk or patreon.com to get extra battle reports and more general content, and generally support us as well. You can support Jay by subscribing to him on twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. And
absolutely, it helps put cat food on the table.
It does, exactly. So
say hi to the internet meeps.
It's old meeps. Hi meeps. That's it, done. So otherwise, guys, we're going to do a raid now because I keep forgetting to do raids because I'm a terrible Twitcher. But thank you very much for listening. We've been Hellstorm. That's been Jay from Mohawk. You guys have been fantastic, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.